In the near future, Earth is on the brink of collapse due to the damage humanity has inflicted. Desperate to escape, a massive black sphere suddenly appears near Mars, prompting a team of 6 astronauts to investigate aboard the spaceship Achilles. The journey lasts 8 months, during which the crew remains in hibernation. Carla, haunted by dreams of her deceased daughter and mother, who died in a car crash 2 years ago, is particularly affected. With only 8 hours remaining until they reach the sphere, the crew awakens from hibernation. As they stretch and adjust, Carla notices Ruben, who is visibly shaken from his first hibernation experience. Though she suggests he rest, Ruben insists on blogging about the journey for his large following. Later, Carla meets with Commander Paul and they attempt to scan the sphere, but the ship's AI can't provide any useful data. Carla suggests turning back, but Paul is determined to complete their mission. Ruben grows increasingly anxious as the lack of information about the sphere worsens. The crew contacts Vance, the leader of the expedition program, who stresses the importance of their mission as people on Earth are eagerly awaiting answers. The crew can afford to fail. As strange occurrences escalate, Carla begins hearing her mother's voice in the ship's corridors, though no one is there. Ruben is also disturbed by eerie whispers. Later, Vance video calls Carla, expressing concern about her tense demeanor, but the call abruptly cuts off. Soon after, the ship's AI detects an anomaly caused by the sphere. Carla rushes to the main deck to find a blinding beam of light emanating from the sphere, affecting the ship's systems. The crew gathers and TZ suggests the light may be guiding the ship. As they approach, the AI picks up a strange noise from the sphere. Upon further analysis, the crew decodes the message Deus, meaning God in Latin. Ruben becomes increasingly frantic, urging the crew to retreat, but Carla proposes pausing the mission until they can fix the comms and report to Vance, suspecting the sphere could be a hostile alien presence. However, Paul insists they press forward. Later, the crew finds Ruben visibly distressed and crying in the hallway. He believes the light is a sign of Judgment Day sent by God, and begs the crew to stop the mission before fleeing the scene. The crew debates their next steps, with most agreeing it is their duty to uncover the truth behind the sphere. If it turns out to be an alien threat, they can destroy it. Paul monitors them through cameras and reprimands Al for suggesting they blow it up. As the ship nears the sphere, Carla and Ruben again hear disturbing voices. Al takes Carla to her room, where she explains that she's been dealing with headaches since the car accident, though she doesn't mention the voices. Their conversation is interrupted when TZ reports that Ruben is missing. Despite Al's concerns about Ruben's mental state, Carla joins the search. The team splits up and TZ eventually finds Ruben in the cargo bay performing a strange ritual under the influence of the voices. His body is covered in religious symbols, and when TZ discovers him, she screams in horror. Carla and Al rush to her, but by the time they arrive, TZ is dead, her body gruesomely mutilated. Ruben notices Carla observing him and takes her hostage, threatening to kill her. When Al arrives, Ruben insists they're beyond salvation and that landing on the sphere would bring God's wrath. He also accuses Paul of hiding something and urges the crew to take control of the ship. Just as tensions reach a boiling point, Paul appears behind Ruben and shoots him without hesitation, killing him instantly. He then calmly instructs Al to retrieve 2 body bags, showing no emotion over the loss of 2 crew members. Afterward, Carla follows Paul into the elevator and, holding Ruben's knife, asks him if he truly knows something the others don't. Paul becomes frustrated when Carla suggests quitting the mission, and he angrily reminds her that they must follow orders. When they reach Carla's room, she snaps, confronting Paul about his cold attitude toward the deaths of their teammates. Paul, however, walks away without responding. Instead of using body bags, Paul decides to place the bodies in their respective hibernation chambers. With only 3 hours left before reaching the sphere, the crew separates the main Achilles frame and uses a smaller ship to navigate more easily around the sphere. Carla notices a structure on the sphere but can't identify it. Once the ship lands on the sphere, the communication systems come back online and the crew receives a call from Vance. He informs them that 10,000 unidentified structures like the one Carla saw have appeared on Earth, though they don't seem to be part of an invasion. Vance believes the sphere is connected to these events and urges the crew to solve the mystery quickly. Paul orders Al and Carla to go investigate, but Sean insists they need a scientist, volunteering to join them. The trio suits up and leaves the ship while Paul monitors their movements via cameras. The sphere is pitch black, making it impossible to see clearly, and Carla's scanner can't detect anything. When she touches the surface, she recognizes that it's made of an unknown material. Paul directs them to investigate the structure, and they soon realize it's a gate. Suddenly, a bright light shines from within, prompting Sean to fire a flare for better visibility. As they approach, they see a symbol representing Event Horizon, a boundary beyond which events cannot influence an observer. Carla calls it the end of existence and scans the gate, confirming it's made from the same material as the sphere. The crew then hears a strange noise, something that shouldn't be possible in the vacuum of space. Paul informs them that the ship's AI detected a transmission and is relaying it to them. The transmission says, "Welcome," and as the light intensifies, a woman materializes in the middle of the gate. She speaks telepathically, with the AI translating her message. The woman claims to speak for the creator of all existence, who has come to offer humanity a choice. Those who enter the gate will find eternal peace, with Carla chosen to guide them. The woman says those who refuse will die when the sphere reaches Earth. The woman then transforms into Carla's mother, telling her someone is waiting for her inside the gate. Overcome with shock, Carla steps into the light and experiences a flashback of the car crash. She finds herself in a golden city, with the wound from the accident still fresh. Her daughter is there and Carla runs to embrace her. But before they can reunite, she wakes up on a table in the ship, having had a seizure. Carla, disoriented, vomits and wonders how she ended up back on the ship. Al explains that she could barely stand after coming out of the gate, so he brought her back. Unfortunately, Sean didn't make it. The conversation is interrupted by a call from Vance, who demands details of their experience. Carla tells him about the Golden City, comparing it to Jerusalem and calling it heaven, but she doesn't mention her family. Vance presses her for more, but Carla insists she saw nothing else. Once the call ends, Paul leaves the room angrily, and Carla asks Al about Sean's death. Al explains that Sean's suit ruptured, but Carla is skeptical because their suits are designed not to break. Al then suggests Sean didn't secure his glove properly, causing decompression, but Carla doesn't believe that explanation either, as Sean was an experienced explorer. Al tries to reassure her, reminding her that mistakes happen and encourages her to rest. Despite her doubts, Carla expresses a desire to explore the sphere again. Al informs her that the ship is already leaving, and when they reach a corridor without cameras, he asks Carla what she really saw inside the gate. Carla confides in him about her family and reveals her mistrust of Vance and Paul, suspecting they are hiding something. Later, Al returns to the deck and Paul asks him what happened during their time off camera. Al tells him that Carla didn't reveal anything new. Paul grows suspicious and reminds Al to follow orders. Once the ship exits the sphere's orbit, the AI announces that the crew must prepare for hibernation in 1 hour. After grabbing Ruben's knife, Carla heads to the hibernation pods and examines Sean's body, particularly his suit. Carla uses a knife to break into Paul's room, searching for clues. Paul notices on the security cameras and sends Al after her. Inside, Carla finds a gun and some revealing files. She reads that Al was once an elite corps soldier known for his skills. Al denies it, claiming his past is behind him and he knows nothing about the sphere. Carla forces Al to go to the main deck, where she holds Paul at gunpoint. Paul accuses her of mutiny, which is punishable by death. In response, Carla accuses Al of killing Sean, suspecting he did it because of his hitman past. Before the situation escalates, Vance calls and assures Carla he's not her enemy, showing footage of people on Earth gathered in the streets, desperate to leave after seeing the sphere. Carla is shocked, and during the confusion, Paul attacks her. After a brief struggle, Carla manages to push him off and shoots him in the chest, killing him. She then realizes she's injured and her stomach is bleeding. After Vance hangs up, Carla points the gun at Al, who admits to killing Sean but insists he doesn't want to kill her. Al reveals he wants to understand the truth about the sphere too. Trusting him, Carla agrees to go to the infirmary where Al tends to her wound. Once she feels better, Carla confesses she wants to return to the sphere, but Vance controls the AI. Al shares that he has the override code to disable the AI, but doing so will require them to jettison the Achilles, causing them to lose main propulsion and making their journey back to Earth take over 5 years. Carla feels hopeless, but Al has a backup plan. Later, Carla calls Vance and tells him she'll destroy the sphere if necessary, as she believes it's all a lie. Vance reveals classified files showing the element Carla discovered and admits he was the one who built the sphere. There is no God. He created the sphere to save 6 billion people and kill the remaining 15 billion due to overpopulation. The gates appearing on Earth were a lie designed to deceive people into thinking they were entering heaven when they were really walking to their deaths. Carla is confused, unable to understand how this relates to hearing her family. Vance then admits he implanted a chip in her head after the car accident, which was also his doing. Everything has been part of his plan to prepare Carla for this mission. Devastated, Carla calls Vance a monster and recalls a story her mother used to tell her about everyone deserving a chance to survive. Meanwhile, Al contacts her, revealing he has control of the Achilles core. Vance realizes they are planning to destroy the sphere and orders the AI to start the ship's self-destruct sequence. Alarms blare as the AI announces the Achilles will explode in 3 minutes. Carla shoots the hologram machine to end the call with Vance and contacts Al, who gives her the code to separate the ship from the cargo structure. Al is trapped in the elevator and tells Carla to leave without him. Initially reluctant, Carla has no choice but to separate the ship as the explosions begin. She watches in horror as the main structure is destroyed, assuming Al is dead. However, Al contacts her, revealing he made it across just in time. Afterward, Carla and Al share a drink, relieved to have survived. Al explains that the core detonation will have to be done manually. Carla agrees to do it with him. When the ship finally reaches the sphere, Al closes the door behind him, telling Carla to return to Earth and reveal the truth. Carla leaves, saying a final goodbye to Al, who waits until the ship is far enough to detonate the core and destroy the sphere. Carla is now traveling alone back to Earth, with the AI informing her the journey will take 7 years. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.